Am I the a-hole for evicting my girlfriend of 3 years? I am 33. I received an inheritance when I was 24 and used it to buy a condo in downtown Vancouver, a short walk away from where I work. Stephanie is 28. We started dating 3 years ago, and she has been living here for the last 2 years. As I own the place outright, I don't charge her rent. I also make much more, so I pay for pretty much everything else too. Saturday morning about a month ago, she told me she was going to a family dinner. Her parents live about an hour's drive away. In the time we've been together, I've gone with her to family dinners about 30 to 40 times over the 3 years. But this time, I wasn't invited. She told me they were having a family meeting to discuss what to do with Grandma, who was showing signs of dementia. Her brother and aunt from out of town were coming too. I own a car, and she wanted to borrow it. So she leaves in the afternoon. Around 10 p.m., I get a text saying she had a few glasses of wine with her mom and is going to spend the night. The next morning around 10 a.m., she's still not home. She's not answering my calls or looking at my texts, so I call her mom, who tells me she's not there, and there was no family dinner. So what really happened? Around noon, someone is buzzing me from the entrance of the building. It's her. I buzz her in. The first thing she tells me is she lost her keys, which included the fob to enter the building, the key to my apartment, and the key to my car. She also doesn't know where my car is. Turns out she went clubbing with a friend. They met a group of 3 guys and decided to go home with them. Stephanie was drunk, so she allowed one of these 3 guys to be the driver of my new car. When they arrived at one of their places, my car was parked in a no parking area and later towed. It was parked at a bus stop in downtown Vancouver. Stephanie believes she did nothing wrong since she didn't park the car. She also says she didn't have sex with any of the guys, just her friend did. She claims she was there only to make sure her friend was safe. She doesn't even know the name of the guy who has the keys or how to contact him. She said she had no choice but to lie to me because I don't like going to clubs. Was I wrong for evicting her? Her entire family thinks I am. Edit. There seems to be some confusion in the replies. Yes, she was also dumped, not just evicted. Yes, I'm aware it's unlikely she sat in the living room overnight while only her friend had sex with these guys. Yes, I got the car back. Obviously, it's a new car. I'm not donating it to a tow company. I called the police, and they told me the number of the towing company. I picked it up an hour later. The police also confirmed this wouldn't be considered a stolen car. Her fob to the building was simply deactivated and not replaced. I now have 3 fobs instead of 4. The door lock to my unit was replaced for free by my building. All locks must match on each door, and they had a supply of replacements. Car rekeying is in progress and not cheap. It was slightly less than 2 years she lived here, probably closer to 20 months, so she isn't entitled to any of my home equity. According to my government-issued assessment, the value of my place went down last year as well. Yes, she paid for the tow, did so without me even asking. We went to get the car, she paid. I've received a parking ticket in the mail, which I paid, and she will reimburse me. She has agreed to pay for the car rekeying. That's why it hasn't been done yet, as it's very expensive. Stephanie and her friend have been trying to find the keys. I really don't think they knew these guys beforehand or have any way to contact them. Are you kidding? Not the a-hole. Lying to you to get wasted with random people at the club? So much so that she had no idea where your car was? Does she respect you at all? And to see nothing wrong with all of this, that's almost the biggest issue. She sounds like a train wreck. She and her family are only bummed because she can't freeload anymore. She's using him. Correction, used him. He's now realized what she's like and did the right thing by throwing her out. Thankfully, she can't have any claim to the property, and it's a clean break. She thinks this normal behavior? Definitely kick her out and file a police report for the car. It was in her possession, so it's her responsibility, not the a-hole. Sadly, as he lent her the car, it is his legal responsibility. I lent her the car. She let someone else drive it. It's not even illegal. Nor any damage was done to the car. No chance the police here would get involved. Was she high when she said she did nothing wrong? Red flags. You need to go no contact. Her and that family. That's freaking nuts. Not the a-hole. And get tested. Never assume it was only the first time. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not being open to a friendly relationship with my soon-to-be ex-husband and ex-friend who had an almost 20-year emotional affair with sometimes physical cheating? We're all in our 30s now. I met my soon-to-be ex-husband in school. We started dating in high school after he asked me out. The only true moment I ever questioned our relationship was a couple of years into it when I felt like he was losing interest in me. I told him how I felt and opened the door to end us as a couple if he no longer liked me, but he swore he did and was very attentive to proving he loved me and wasn't tired of me. We went to college in the same city, saw each other as much as we could, and after college, we moved in together and got married. We bought a house together soon after and had 3 kids in our late 20s and early 30s. Our kids are still very young. When we first started going out, this girl who was part of his friend group befriended me, and over the years, we got closer. They weren't really friends with each other. It was more of a shared friend situation, or so I thought. That all turned out to be a lie, and some months ago, my husband told me we needed to talk. He delayed this talk for days, and it only happened at all because I noticed he was off and asked him about it. He even tried to delay it for more than a few days, but I told him I needed to know what was going on. He seemed like someone with a lot going on in his head, and I was worried about depression or other stressors. He confessed to me that he and this friend had been having an emotional affair for 6 months and had slept together just before he started to seem off. He said they had no idea what to do now and didn't want to ignore it anymore. I pushed to know what he meant by anymore, and he shut down. But after another few days, he confessed he asked me out because he had a crush on her and was embarrassed by it. He confessed that they had moments throughout my relationship with him, starting with a time years ago when I thought he had stopped liking me. The two of them had kept this a secret from their friends. He never told his family either. I have remained on good terms with his family, but the two of them I cannot stand. Both have apologized and tried to make excuses. They have tried to play the victim and pretend they stayed apart because of me. In particular, she tried to convince me that the friendship between us was real and not just an excuse to see my husband. She was even at our damn wedding. They're really campaigning for this to be friendly and for us to continue getting along. My husband said he doesn't want the kids to have parents who hate each other, but I told him it was far too late for that. I told him I want as little to do with him as possible, and that I'll be civil for the kids and no other reason. The two of them are still mostly hiding that they're together, and he has mentioned that as if it will win brownie points with me, or that it will make me give my blessing and celebrate whatever's actually between them. He has asked me to think of the kids. It makes me want to lose it with him, but I'm trying not to do that in case the kids overhear. I love my kids. I don't want any of this for them. But I can't forget about the almost 20 years of my life they wasted by playing this stupid game, because that's what all of this feels like. I don't know if they'll actually stay together. A huge part of me hopes they don't, so my kids don't get that close to her. But regardless, I'm staying out of it. I just don't know if refusing to be friendly makes me selfish in terms of my kids. I want the best for them. I love them, and I want to say I'd do anything for them to make all of this easier. I just don't think I could ever do that for them. Not with all the humiliation I feel and with how stupid I feel for not realizing before this. It's made me question everything, and I am in therapy. But I still just look back and wonder what I missed that could have saved me from all of this freaking heartache. Does it make me the a-hole? Friendly? So he wants to continue sleeping with you and have an emotional affair with you? Because that's what his friendly is. I would tell everyone what these two did. I mean, everybody. They're deceitful and selfish. You aren't. They lied with ease. You don't. So no, there's nothing you missed because you don't think like them. They're vile. OP, it sounds like you're keeping their secret for them. Not saying a word to friends and family as you're going through the hardest time of your life? You want it to disappear and not be real. Understandable. But keeping their secret from your family and friends will eventually break you emotionally. And will get worse when, or if exes do become public. You need to open up to your family and friends to support you through this. You're protecting the two of them at the expense of yourself. It's not your job to protect their secret. You need more support than a therapist. Talk to your friends and family, OP, not the a-hole. My friends and family already know what happened, and so do his family and friends. It shocked the heck out of his people because they had no idea either. His family have apologized to me several times for not being aware so they could warn me. but he's still trying to keep the whole thing secret anyway. But the people who matter all know. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not complimenting my wife so that she won't become vain? Context. My wife, 29 female, and I, 31 male, have been together for 10 years. We share 3 children, 9, 7, and 5. My wife was never someone to really dress up or put too much thought into her looks. She's always been beautiful, but never did much to highlight it, until recently. She went through this crisis of feeling like she didn't have a personality outside of being a mom, something like that. So for the last 2 years, she started traveling more, joining different groups, dressing really nicely, and wearing makeup. I never realized how much of a difference it would make, but people treat her completely differently. She is constantly getting complimented, told she should be in magazines. She'll come home and happily tell me about the random stranger who was so nice to her. She randomly gets gifts. A lady at her job brought her a book series she was interested in. She gets hit on. When we go out, all these dudes want to buy her drinks. Even my family has noticed, and all of a sudden, it seems like they're wondering how I ended up with her. Honestly, it's a bit overwhelming for me and something I'm just not used to. It's kind of become annoying. Anyway, she was going out with friends and asked me how she looked. I just said, fine. She seemed disappointed with this. My sister was over and commented that I should hype her up. I said, why should I when the world already does? I don't want her thinking too highly of herself and becoming more vain. My sister looked shocked and said that's messed up. She said that's low-key abusive, and that I'm an a-hole. I think she's overthinking it, but decided to get outside opinions. So, am I the a-hole? You're the a-hole. Dude, if your wife doesn't think or know or hear you express that you think she's beautiful, then what's going to stop her from leaving you for someone who does tell her that she's beautiful and treats her wonderfully? Your wife is beautiful, and you thought she was great even without all the makeup, the new style, and the new interests. Now she has all of those things, and what? Do you feel left behind? Do you take any interest in her new interests? Travel at all with her? What are you doing to make sure your wife feels seen? Or are you just bitter that she is finally realizing she's beautiful, interesting, and worthy of all this friendship and kindness from others, and wondering where you stand in all of this? I think she's awesome for taking charge of herself and her life. She didn't feel like she was seen or acknowledged as anything other than mom. And did you do anything to make her feel like the loved, beautiful wife that she is? And she endeavored to change that. And it's bearing beautiful fruit. Your wife is awesome. This 100%. You're the a-hole. She is a beautiful and interesting woman, and is finally deciding to show that off. And your response is to want to shut that down because, what, you're jealous? You want to keep her down? I honestly don't see why on earth you wouldn't want to celebrate this beautiful woman, and instead think she should just keep her head down. You're the a-hole. Did you ever compliment her before now, when the world wasn't? Or did you treat her like just a mom or something like that? Yeah, I did. All the time. I'm just saying too many compliments can go to someone's head. I don't think she needs that. Out of interest, where did you get this idea that too many compliments can go to someone's head? She's a grown woman who has had 3 kids. Sounds like she's very much appreciating the compliments she's getting and is thriving as a result. I just don't want her to become one of those girls that seeks validation or is fishing for compliments, also placing too much value on her looks. Last story. Am I the a-hole for not being happy enough that my ill partner gets treatment after he excluded me from the trip? My partner and I have been in love for 10 years. He has been seriously ill for the past 4 years, and I've adapted my job and my entire life to be able to support him through everything. He recently got an incredible chance. His brother is a compatible donor, and a life-changing treatment is available around 500 miles from our home. We planned that the 3 of us would move there temporarily for 2 months. Because it's expensive, we agreed to share the costs and even discussed possible apartments. I extended my remote work so I could come with them, help him, and be present during the treatment and recovery. I was genuinely excited, not only for his treatment, but also to spend those months together in that city. Yesterday, while checking our emergency finances, I noticed a large payment from 3 months ago. I checked our shared emails, I have permission, and found a rental agreement in his inbox. It's signed only by him and his brother. The apartment is officially limited to 2 people, so not me. I was shocked and incredibly hurt. I can't afford to stay there alone, so this decision basically shuts me out. And he kept this hidden for 3 months. When I talked to him yesterday, just making small talk about spending Christmas there and how this treatment could change everything, he suddenly got strange. He mentioned visiting, became quiet, and acted like our shared plans were never real. I'm angry, sad, confused, and honestly devastated. I know he's ill and stress affects him badly, but this was a major decision about our lives that he hid from me. And now I'm supposed to smile and pretend everything is fine? So, am I the a-hole for being upset that they rented a place without me instead of being purely happy he's finally getting his treatment? It looks like for last 4 years you were his caretaker, not lover. Yup, now that he has a chance to live, he doesn't need her anymore. What a POS. And is stupid enough to exclude her before and in the immediate aftermath of the surgery. Does this idiot not realize that he just rejected the plan of her caring for both him and his brother after major surgery? I am presuming organ donation here, though I suppose it could be bone marrow, which won't really impact the brother. Not the a-hole. Based on him spending joint finances on this and hiding his change in plans, I recommend that you sever your finances and plan on not providing care during his recovery. Don't discuss it with your partner first. Just make a new account at a different bank in just your name and remove at least as much as he did from the joint account. Then, deposit that money into your own account. Your partner's actions show he doesn't want you involved, so listen to that. Don't financially support him, and don't alter your life plans to be his caretaker. All of this, but let's be even more precise with next steps. OP, you need to get out of this relationship. Take these steps, and whatever else you need to do to prepare first, then get out. If the stay at the remote location is coming up for them in the next few weeks, then you might want to wait until then to move out. But if not, sooner is better than later. You sound like a good person, and you deserve way better than this. Not the a-hole. Edit. 1. We live in my house, which I inherited from my parents. 2. For the past 4 years, I've been the breadwinner. He only works part-time. 3. He's covered under my insurance. 4. His brother and I are good friends. I've just been too much of a coward to bring this up with him yet. I honestly thought I wouldn't get any comments. Thank you so much in advance. I'll take my time to read each one. I truly appreciate every comment, even if I can't respond to all of them. I'm in a lot of emotional turmoil right now.